On January 3rd, 2026, the world woke up to a seismic shift in global politics. In a high-stakes military operation codenamed Absolute Resolve, U.S. forces entered Caracas and took Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro into custody. Today, he sits in a federal detention center in New York. To some, this is the long-awaited day of justice for a country in crisis. To others, it's a dangerous violation of international law. Today, we're looking at why this happened, what the legal charges are, and why this event has divided the world. Why did the U.S. take such a drastic step? The official reason centers on a massive federal indictment. The U.S. Department of Justice has charged Maduro with narco-terrorism and cocaine trafficking. They allege that for over 20 years, Maduro led a group called the Cartel of the Suns, using the Venezuelan military to flood the U.S. with drugs and illegal substance. U.S. officials argue that this wasn't just a political move, but a law enforcement action. They claim Maduro's government had become a criminal enterprise that threatened American national security. With a $50 million bounty on his head, the U.S. decided to act, stating that they could no longer allow a leader they viewed as illegitimate to profit from illegal trade. But not everyone sees this as a legal arrest. At the United Nations, several countries including Brazil, China, and Russia have called this a crime of aggression. They argue that no matter the charges, one country does not have the right to invade another to kidnap its leader. Critics say this sets a dangerous precedent. If the U.S. can arrest Maduro today, who is next? The Venezuelan government, now led by acting President Delcy Rodriguez, has denounced the move as a kidnapping and an act of war. Even some U.S. allies are hesitant, worried that using military force for law enforcement undermines the very international rules the U.S. claims to protect. Then there is the financial side, the part we focus on here at the Financial Folio. Venezuela sits on the world's largest oil reserves. For years, the country's economy has been in ruins due to mismanagement and heavy sanctions. Following the capture, the U.S. administration suggested that American oil companies might help manage Venezuela's oil industry until a new government is formed. This has led many to wonder, was this truly about drug trafficking, or was it about securing energy resources? With the global energy market in flux, the control of Venezuelan oil is a multi-billion-dollar prize. The way this transition is handled will determine if Venezuela becomes a wealthy nation again, or remains a site of global tug-of-war. Nicolás Maduro has pleaded not guilty in a New York court, and his trial is set for March. Regardless of your political views, the world changed on January 3rd. We are seeing a return to a time when the U.S. is willing to use direct force to remove leaders it deems criminal. Now, I want to hear from you. This is a complex situation with no easy answers. So I have 3 questions for you to weigh in on in the comments. Do you believe the U.S. was justified in capturing Maduro to face trial, or do you see this as a violation of a nation's sovereignty? How much do you think oil and gold played a role in the timing of this operation? What do you think this means for the future of other leaders the U.S. has indicted? Join the chat below. If you want to stay updated on the financial and historical buzz around this story, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for tuning in.